Hey guys, Heather here from Tye-Dyed Iguana, and today we're going to talk about how to take care of a Sandfish skink. So here are a few fun facts about these guys. Their scientific name is Skinkus skinkus. They can get up to 6 inches long, and their average lifespan is about 10 to 15 years. So kind of similar to a bearded dragon, but with the 15 years they can get a little bit older. And one last fun fact about these guys is they come from North Africa and the Middle East. Now for their tank size. You can house one sandfish in a 10-gallon tank quite comfortably. But as you add more sandfish to your group, you'll want to increase the tank size by about 5 gallons per extra sandfish. So say if you had 3 sandfish, you should probably go with a 20-gallon tank. So that way they have lots of room and they have plenty of space. So the substrate these guys should be kept on is either walnut shell or sand. We prefer using the ground walnut shell here at Tye-Dyed Iguana because we found that it doesn't cause as much impaction as finer sand does. Finer sand clumps together a lot in the digestive system if they eat it, and it can block them up much more easily than walnut shell can. We haven't had any issues with our sandfish on walnut shell in the history of the store. And then here we sell bags of Desert Blend, which is the ground walnut shell. Now, because these guys are ground dwellers and they love to bury themselves in the substrate, you'll want to provide kind of a deeper layer of substrate that they can easily dive down into, and it can cover their whole body. So as long as you make it deep enough for that, you should be all good. So as far as how to decorate their tank, you can see here that we have a small skull that they like to hide in sometimes to sleep. And we've also got little pieces of rock and bark kind of strewn around the tank. It kind of helps break up that monotony of just the straight level of substrate, and it just gives them stuff to kind of climb on and dig under and all that good stuff. And so the last thing these guys need in their tank is basically just a water dish that you can give them fresh water. Just make sure it's dechlorinated. So as far as temperature and lighting goes, these guys need a hot spot of 95 degrees. They're a desert species, so they need that nice hot spot that's got a little bit of a higher temperature. And then their cool side should be about 78 to 82 degrees. And since these guys are desert species, you should keep the humidity level below 30%. And as far as the lighting goes, these guys are a diurnal species, so they will need a separate UVB bulb in addition to the heat bulb. As far as their diet goes, these guys are strict insectivores. They will eat all sorts of bugs, like you can feed them small mealworms, you can feed them cockroach nymphs, and you can also feed them small crickets like we do here at the store. So with these guys, you should probably feed the babies every single day. Once they get to be adults, you can go for every other day. Their eating will slow down. You should feed them as much as they'll eat in 10 minutes. And each time you feed them, you should dust their food with calcium, except once a week, you should dust the food with multivitamin. So we make sure to only do the vitamin once a week because too much of that can hurt them. And as far as their daily care, it's really easy. All you gotta do is dump the old water, give them fresh. A lot of times they'll dig throughout the day and they'll get bedding and substrate into their water dish. So you just gotta dump that out, give them fresh water. Just look for poop and spot clean as needed. So not too much maintenance involved in these guys. And as far as handling goes, these guys are fairly handleable, as you can see. I've been handling them throughout the day and they've been doing very well. Sometimes you might run into one that has a little bit of an attitude and might be a little bit spastic, but generally they're a calm species. So that's about it as far as their care goes. If you'd like to see these guys, we do have some in stock right now at Tye-Dye. It is a species that we like to keep in stock almost all the time. So yeah, come by and see them.